What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Kate TV. I'm your host, Kate. Today, we're going to be discussing the cost of food crisis in the United States. So let's go ahead and start with this TikTok right here.
I'm gonna tell you how we are here in the United States of America. You know you're in the United States of America when you can buy this little amount of food and it costs you what it just cost me. I bought a bottle of coconut water, 2 things of mangoes, 2 things of blackberries, 2 things of raspberries, a thing of blueberries, some seaweed, and some seeded grapes for $70. What's really sickening about that right there is that that is an extremely healthy diet and it cost me $70 here in the United States of America. For that same $70, you could fill that whole table up with toxic processed chemicals in bags, boxes, and cans.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the new America.
Yeah, I used to, even a few years ago, I've been gluten free for a long time. So I used to think this is expensive. And nowadays I'm like, "Ooh, this is painfully expensive. It's painful either way. I can buy the food that's got the stuff in it that makes me feel sick. I suffer that way, or I can spend all my money just to avoid feeling sick. It's wild out here. I'm curious what these comments say. The sad part is that this is still cheaper than America's medical bills. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. But buy frozen berries. It helps some and doesn't go bad as fast. That's true, but the creator says it's not as fresh. I mean, really, we're not allowed to eat fresh food anymore. That's the point that we've come to at this point. We used to eat fresh food daily. That was, we lived off of that, or for forever, for centuries. Humans ate fresh food. And nowadays, we're not allowed to have that anymore, apparently. All right, let's go to the next one.
One thing I will never complain about when I return to visit England is the cost of food. The cost of eating out at restaurants, takeaways, even just the average food shop. When I was in England, absolutely I would complain about the cost of food because a lot of it is a rip-off. It's very expensive. However, here, twice the price, 3 times the price. When I was in England, I'm not going to lie, I was a food snob. I would shop at M&S, Sainsbury's. You wouldn't catch me shopping in Aldi because, truthfully, I thought I was above it. How the mighty have fallen, because I shopped in Aldi the other day. I bought 37 food items, 40 including 3 paper bags at 12 cents each. And those 37 items cost me $77. And it's not like I was buying expensive things like steak or expensive brands. I literally just bought the bare minimum. I bought some sandwich meat. I bought some vegetables. Like, here's the receipt. So as you can see, $77 for it's not even like I was buying expensive stuff. I bought salmon, which was 50% off because it was going out of date today. So I chopped that up and put it in the freezer. But we have 8% sales tax here. So never again will I complain about the cost of food. And Aldi is now going to be my local shop, which is really funny because I was such a snob and now I am an Aldi shopper because Walmart is too expensive. In the last 4 weeks since being here, I've probably spent over $1,000 in Walmart on food and obviously like bits for the house.
Wow, that's crazy. I've shopped at Aldi before and I do like it, but I will say I am freaked out by the meat products there. I know that sounds snobby. I know, I know. But I just know too much. I've seen too much, with the food supply and just how disgustingly fake a lot of it is. And in order to get that price so low, it just isn't the healthiest food in my opinion from what I've seen. And so that's why, I'll shop there. I will shop there, especially, if I'm really low on funds. But I have to say food is the first thing I will go spend a little more money on because the quality, it's night and day. I mean, there's an exponentially large difference in the quality of food, at least I've noticed from certain grocery stores. And it's a shame. It is based off of, economic status. Unfortunately, it's a shame. It absolutely is. So, some comments here. Never mind the food. What about the prices of deodorant? Oh my gosh. Listen, I I use Dr. Squatch deodorant. I know it's men's deodorant, but it's great. It works wonderful. It smells good. It doesn't smell manly. Like they have like the coconut one or the pumpkin one. Would you believe it costs $15? And it actually really pisses me off because it's another one of those situations where I cannot wear any other kind of deodorant because it just causes like rashes and irritation. I just cannot handle it. So I have to spend the extra $10 on one stick of deodorant. It really pisses me off. I feel you there on that one. Like, okay, so what are we're supposed to just keep buying it, I guess, absolutely outrageous. Moved here from the UK in 2019 and it still amazes me how expensive food is here. When I visit home, I don't mind getting food from M&S because to me it equals out as cheaper or the same as US also prices. I don't know where that is. I'm assuming it's like a bougie grocery store or something like that. All right, here we go. Next one.
How crazy is this? And like, how far are they going to let these grocery prices get before they realize that regular people can just not afford this crap? Like right now, let's do a comparison. Let's use like a couple big chains at where I live. I'm on the West Coast. So we've got like Albertsons, we've got Vons, we've got Stater Brothers, which I think is kind of like a West Coast thing. All of those are about twice the price of an Aldi, a Walmart, a Winco, a Safeco, or a Heb, or like a Food for Less if you have that.
Mm-hmm.
So I will tell you that of all the places that I'm shopping right now, Aldi happens to be my favorite. And no, they don't have everything. And Aldi is like the great value brand at Walmart. That's all they have in the whole store is the Aldi brand. So there's not as much selection, but I like a lot of the stuff that they have there.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a price comparison out here. Stater Brothers, which is down the street from me, has amazing butcher department. The meat department is great. So I went and bought my weekly groceries there, $240. Next week, compared it, same level of groceries, $117 at Aldi. So it's completely insane. I think these big chains like Albertsons, Vons, Staters are going to have major financial problems in the future because you can't keep charging people double for what they can literally get across the street and have people keep paying it. Yes, in wealthy neighborhoods.
One thing
Sorry, I
I
don't know
will
what happened.
never
It's like a glitch.
How crazy is double for what they can literally get across the street and have people keep paying it? Yes, in wealthy neighborhoods, people are going to pay that. Yeah, you're still going to have them do fine in those areas. But for the majority of Americans, if they have any kind of a choice where they can drive up to a half an hour, they're not buying these crazy expensive grocery store brands anymore. Let me know each guy.
It's actually funny he says that. Back to the deodorant thing. I went the other day to Wegmans and I bought a stick of deodorant there. This Dr. Squatch. It was $15.79 or something like that. Would you believe I went down the street to an Acme within the same hour and I found the same stick of deodorant for $11.49. So if that tells you, I mean, the price markup is insane. They're just price gouging us out the ass. And it's so unfair. Like there has to be a cap at some point, right? They have to stop at some point. All right, let's watch one more of these.
Guys, y'all ain't gonna believe this freaking crap. Me and my husband just left the grocery store, walked there with not even 4 bags, and paid over almost $300 something.
Whew.
Everything has just went up double. Like what the heck, man?
Mm-hmm.
This is getting crazy. We can't even afford groceries anymore. My husband brings home not even $500 a week, and we can't afford this freaking crap. And we went to fill out for freaking food stamps to get help. They denied us. They said he made too much.
Wow.
Off of not even 500 a week. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's ridiculous. We can't even get help. But that's not the point. My husband, he works, and I can't work. This is getting out of control.
$700. $700.05. That is what I just spent at Walmart to buy groceries for my home, to buy our essentials. Like I didn't buy anything wild and crazy and extra. The only thing that I would say that I bought that was extra was I bought a couple of those cheap t-shirts that are like the $5 t-shirts in the kids section because my daughter loves them. Or two of my daughters love them. And then I bought a pair of $7 black shorts for my daughter because she needed some. So that wasn't even extra because she needed some. And I bought me a pair of shorts. $700. I can't afford this. Like I'm a teacher and my husband also works for my school district. And the cost of living has gone up so freaking much, but we're not raising teacher salaries. We're not raising them. We're not making them match what is happening right now and how much everything has just skyrocketed. Like, it's getting to the point to where we have to choose, are we paying this bill or are we feeding my kids?
Yeah, I've heard this from a lot of videos, and people are saying, they have to pick and choose what bills they're going to pay at this point. And it's like bills and food that people just they're really struggling with those two things. And everything, every time you turn around, there's a new bill, there's a new subscription you have to have, there's a new piece of technology you have to take part in society. There's something breaks in your car, something breaks in your house. It's constant. It's like everything's manufactured to be, well, it is. I mean, it's not a conspiracy. Everything is manufactured now to be cheap and break very quickly so that you have to continuously buy it or maintain it and then buy a new one even quicker than you used to. I mean, if you think about it, fridges from 80 years ago are still running. You know what I mean? The fridges you buy now, they break like every 6 months, I feel like. It's the same with vehicles. It's the same with so many dishwashers, washing machines. It's all the same thing across the board.
And I will choose to feed my kids every freaking time. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just can't. I don't
I would choose food too, honestly.
care anymore. But now it's going to get to the point to where it's like, okay, we don't have a vehicle. I guess we're walking everywhere. And I get so mad when I get people on here that is like, well, get another job. I do. I have another job. I have 2 other jobs. I am a photographer, which is really not getting any business because nobody can freaking afford it. It doesn't matter if I change my prices or not. And I also do Spark delivery on the side as much as I possibly can, which makes me then gone for my family all day long and not making enough to still make ends meet. My husband is doing other side jobs. Like we can't afford this anymore. And I'm so tired of, it's not like, I don't even know how to say it anymore because I'm tired of beating around the bush on like the politics about it. I don't care anymore about all this extra stuff. Like, I just want to be able to afford to feed my family. 2 years ago, this would have cost $350, and that still made me want to choke.
Mm-hmm.
$700.05 is how much I spent at Walmart today to try to feed my family, hopefully for the next few weeks. Our politicians need to do better because the average American family cannot afford this anymore, and our children are going to suffer.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't.
Okay, I just got done with Walmart. If you saw my video just a little bit ago about how much I spent for just 29 items, I had to use my credit card because I couldn't afford it. I'm a single mom. Come on, people. Trump, everybody, lower the grocery bills. We gotta eat.
Honestly, like at the very least, can they lower the grocery bills? They're not going to do that. But I mean, that's priority, I feel like. Food. Everybody deserves to eat. There should not be people starving in the United States of America. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me right now?
Feed our kids. Come on, really take this seriously. Trump administration, anybody listening, please lower the grocery bills. We can hardly afford this stuff anymore. Thank you and bye. This is my rant for the day of Saturday. Bye, guys.
We're here in Florida on vacation. We just got back from Publix. We were like blown away by the prices at Publix. I don't know where other people are shopping at, but we thought the prices were so high compared to where we're from. Like the prices of a Starbucks instant coffee, like a little tiny thing was $13. On my last video that I did about grocery shopping, everyone said to go to Publix because it was more affordable. I don't know. I'm like, wow, we were like blown away. So we spent almost $300 for 4 or 5 days in Florida. We did get some nicer beer, obviously wine, some nice seafood to cook out tonight. But besides that, I mean, just in general, the prices were expensive. We're like, oh my gosh, how are people like feeding more than 1 or 2 kids here?
I'm one person, and every time I go to the grocery store, I think to myself, like, I really feel for people with children. I have no idea how you guys are doing it. And even pets, that's what I was thinking about today. I went into PetSmart and I was just looking at like the little birds that they keep, the parakeets, they keep them in these little ass cages. And I almost cried just looking at them. And I really thought to myself, how long have these parakeets even been here? Like, how long have these hamsters been here? Is anybody even getting pets anymore? And if they are they able to take care of them? I mean, my dog food is outrageously expensive. Same for my cat food, cat litter, like all of it. And they're going to suffer. Innocent animals are going to suffer. Innocent kids are going to suffer. You know, the mom and dad, you guys are going to suffer. You're going to have to pick and choose. Are you going to eat or your kid's going to eat? You know, across the board. Again, nobody in the United States of America, not even animals, okay, should be starving. We have plenty of money and food in this country. There's no reason for it. It's outrageous.
I have to mention the pepper. The pepper my husband got was $4 for one pepper, not organic.
How come no one's
Wow.
freaking out harder about how high grocery prices are right now? In 2020, my grocery bill was $100 to $150 a month. Now it's $300 to $350 a month. And now I don't even buy meat. I can't afford it. I dumped Publix. I only go to Target because it's the cheapest option near me. I almost never buy the name brand stuff. This is beyond inflation at this point. This is just a full-on scam. Last week, I went and got salt, shaving cream, and a salad kit. Altogether, these 3 tiny things cost $10.31. A box of salt was $4. Like what? I can rub it on my skin and live forever? It's salt.
Hey guys, just wanted to get on here really quick and talk about the crazy price shock we are all experiencing when we go to the grocery store. Right now, specifically Walmart, you know, the low price leader of the country, they're not the low price leader anymore. I mean, I don't think so anyway. So the prices are really going up. Everybody is reporting about it. And you're seeing it across the board. It's not just food, it's pretty much everything. I know a lot of people have already decided not to go to Walmart and boycott it. But for those of us that have still been shopping there, we're, you know, seeing the price increases. And you're seeing it across the board. You know, this is not just Walmart. This is happening everywhere. It's happening at all stores around. And right now, there's not much you can do about it. What I would suggest is don't assume that one store is going to have the lowest prices because you don't know anymore. Things are changing dramatically. So definitely shop around, shop sales when you see sales. That's what I'm doing. And then also choosing to buy less, you know, so going more of the frugal route. And that's something that, you know, I'm not always that great at because it is hard for me not to just kind of shop when I feel like I need something. And sometimes delayed gratification is hard, even for me. And I've been, you know, frugal for quite some time now, ever since getting married. But it's something that we need to do. It's like I'm not even buying much of anything, but yet I'm spending so much money just on groceries. So it's really getting rough out there, guys. I mean, with the way prices are going, can you imagine what they're going to be like in a year from now? You know, things never go down, they only go up. So what do you think it's going to be like a year from now? I think it's going to be pretty bad. I mean, I already can't hardly afford the grocery bill. So let's see what happens next. So let me know if you're seeing price increases in your local areas as well. I'm in Oklahoma and I'm seeing it here. And share down below what state you're in. I'd be curious to know. Take care and I'll catch you in the next video.
Yeah, some little tips, things that have helped me. As a person who's very sensitive to a lot of food, I have a lot of allergies. For me, I have noticed I always prioritize when I eat with my meals. So like breakfast, I make sure I get 25 to 40 grams of protein at each meal. And I eat that before I eat anything else, any sides, any carbs, anything like that. I always eat the protein first to fill up. I've noticed it's helped me eat exponentially less than I was before. Like if I were to just eat, you know, rice, pasta, oatmeal, that kind of stuff all day long, I would be eating 50 times more than I do when I just prioritize protein. So that's definitely really helpful. And then also, I found that if you go to the grocery store, you buy 2 boxes of macaroni and cheese, 1 pound of ground beef, and 1 onion, and you just put all that together, you got yourself Hamburger Helper, and you have like 6 meals out of it. So that's just, you know, a little cheap, frugal hack. Those are some things that have helped me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not like a joyful topic, but it is important to talk about because nobody in mainstream is talking about it for some reason. So, you know, it leaves it up to us. That's okay. So we'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Love you. Have a great night.